Hey everybody, we're back with another quick bite, and today I'm joined by Akshay. Akshay, can you do me a favor, introduce yourself, and tell our listeners about what you do here?
Sure, absolutely. And hey, nice to meet you again. So, what I currently work on is I am a solution engineer or solution architect here at DataVisor. And a large part of this has to come with understanding the different types of problems that our customers are actually facing. And what we can actually do is go ahead and turn those problems into use cases that can be actively solved. So, overall, I have a great experience in the fraud industry. Initially starting off with financial fraud, but then significantly expanding into a variety of other use cases. I work across social platforms, e-commerce companies, insurance companies, telecom, and we even significantly expand every single day. So overall, when it comes to fraud and the new way of detecting it, I think that's a great way for where I step in and can really showcase how DataVisor can help solve these problems.
And coming up, you've got a webinar, that's really what I wanted to talk to you about. So the webinar name, I've got it right here, Stop Promotion Abuse and Grow Your Businesses with Real Customers. So can you talk to me a little bit about what is this webinar going to be about, and also why should people join?
Sure, absolutely. So I would say a large part of like what's going on in the industry now, but also just historically throughout businesses, there's a lot of focus as it comes to gaining new customers and also retaining the ones that already exist. And a very common form of doing this is actually by running promotions, whether it's online, whether it's through the form of coupons or anything of that sort. So a lot of the time, it can be something quite minute, like something like 10% off a t-shirt when you use a code, or when you create a new account, you get 15% off at this current website. These type of situations, like although if one person goes and like commits this fraud, and like I feel like many people have done this, where like in order to get the 15% off, they'll create one new email account and do a little bit of harmless fraud. But people can actually take this to the next level. And there's many instances where this actually comes in play, like where companies like Uber are running promotions. If you do your first ride, or even if you're already an existing customer, you can get $5 more, things like that. So even like within the last year, there's been a situation where a single Uber user, by leveraging the sort of fraudulent way of using his code, was able to acquire over $50,000 in ride credits. So that's, of course, a crazy anomaly. But even in that case, that's a single person executing this plan. Now imagine this done at scale and sophistication. Things like where in travel companies, there's booking agencies that actually book out every single seat for a flight, right? And oftentimes by using a promotion, getting a huge chunk off of it where they're already getting special deals. And they can actually leverage this by going ahead and reselling these flights, reselling these places that they've already booked. So the scale of this problem can actually be quite more significant than one person just getting this $50,000 in ride credit. But this problem is a very real impact and affects businesses of all sizes and scale. So I think the people that should be interested in this webinar and here to learn a lot more are the ones that want to actively acquire new customers or even help create a process to retain existing ones. And if they want to again, like understand how they can mitigate the fraud and the risk associated with putting out these promotions for their customers, that's the best audience for this type of webinar. And I am a huge advocate for, instead of like skipping the problem entirely and saying, if I do promotions, they're going to get abused, so I won't do promotions. We want to make sure that you feel safe to put these promotions out there, because at the end of the day, like we want you to get new customers, feel safe, and for the customers to have the best experience possible on your platform.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy to hear. I certainly am guilty of creating a second email to get a 15% off Grubhub, but I don't know that I've ever gotten $50,000 worth of Grubhub. I guess I've been doing it wrong.
Hey, I mean, I would come, you'd probably be able to host Thanksgiving dinners every night of the week. So
For a year, yeah. It's
for an entire year.
that guy's impressive. But no, that's a really, really interesting topic, and I'm certainly interested in finding out more about that. Yeah, I mean, I think that the last thing I love to get an elevator pitch, of the elevator pitch of why this is the most important thing going on right now, or the most, I shouldn't say the most important thing, but one of the most important things going on. So what's your elevator pitch when it comes to promo abuse and what we need to know about it?
Sure, absolutely. So promotion abuse is first of all promotions are a great way to acquire these new customers. And I think that a big part of it is to make sure that customers and can still get all these different promotions, but make sure that the company putting them out there doesn't get put at risk for financial loss. So a large part of promotion abuse is really like being able to safely acquire new customers while also being able to maintain that good customer experience. There's many companies out there that have actually lost in this battle where they've gotten 10 million, $20 million stolen from them. And not only do they have to stop putting out the promotions, but even cancel all the ones for their good customers that they've already put out there. So end of the day, like of course, financial losses are always going to be a big deal, but maintaining the good customers is really what sets the great companies apart from the not so great ones. So like what I personally think is like if you can go ahead and solve this problem, and if you do it with DataVisor, you can actually do it in a very, very efficient way. And the reason behind that is especially when it comes to promotions, fraudsters are rapidly changing their algorithms and techniques in order to get past the defense. And when a lot of the different types of defenses that are out there, whether they're rule-based systems in order to catch this type of fraud, or if they're based on historical data, such as supervised machine learning, although great options for the types of fraud that have already occurred, anytime there's a new or evolving type of technique, it will actually create a huge problem for this detection system. And that's where DataVisor is actually able to set ourselves apart. We've designed a proprietary unsupervised machine learning algorithm that, without looking at historical data and without looking at any labeled data, can in real time go ahead and start to identify all these different patterns and microsignals that are emerging from the data in a live stream. And when we're able to uncover these patterns in real time, it actually gives our customers or these companies a lot of power to either one, be able to stop these fraudulent behaviors right there and make sure that that never actually even enters the platform during the registration phase or generally the time where new customer promotions are being run. And in the other sense, you could also do it in a second way where once again, you could allow all these promotions to go through and then start doing behavioral analytics. So there's many different approaches, even from just a machine learning component, or in many ways, we can even tell a lot of information on things like emulators, VPNs, and things of that nature that are also very common techniques to be able to create many different accounts all from one place. So with DataVisor's solution, like either there's many different steps and according to all the different types of budgets that are out there. And we can definitely say that whether it's through machine learning or through business logic, which we can help create as well, we can actually help significantly cut back on the amount of abuse when it comes to your promotions.
No, it's definitely a very interesting topic and one that I'm very interested in learning more about. So I'm going to be definitely joining the webinar.
Hey, perfect. And we'll make sure that no promotions ever get abused again.
Just a little bit abused, right? Just the 2 emails. That's okay.
That's okay. Your Grubhub secret stay from me.
Yes. All right. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon, Akshay.
All right. Perfect. Great talking to you.